Okay guys, we're back live with yet another painting of an SFB figure. This time it's Sulka's turn. So I painted Goldar earlier today with a video, so that was a recorded video, just because I had a bit of time available. My son came in towards the end of that, which was quite fun. But he does play with the miniatures. He obviously can't play the game. He's nowhere near old enough. He's not even 4 years old. But he gets to play with the miniatures, and he does love them. But he likes the baddies, and his favourite one is Goldar because he's a pirate. So just to show you Goldar, this is the one I painted earlier today, and the gold technique that I've been using really comes out in this one. Really pleased with this one. Nice beard as well. Such great, they're great minis, aren't they? They're just absolutely brilliant minis. To be number one painting, number two playing, and seeing everything else. Okay, so that was Goldar that I did earlier today. I also finished off some of the trophies, the rest of the trophies. So this was done with a black undercoat, then kind of heavy dry brush, I guess you can call it, with Leadbelcher, and then the gold over the top of that. This kind of Uric armor gold over the top of that to give it this gold look. In fact, it wasn't Leadbelcher. Sorry, it wasn't Leadbelcher I put on it. It was Balthasar gold. So I heavily dry brushed with Balthasar gold, and then I went in with the Uric armor. Then just white daubs for the 3 cores, and yeah, that's how they turned out. So we've got 8 more of them, which are quite cool. So they were a quick job, obviously. And then the other ones I did, I'll just move Sulka for a second, was for when you're playing on your play map. I did the 3 cores of magic. It was simply with the contrast paints going in, all of it. So the Basilicanum Grey around the outside, then Blood Angels red, Iyanden yellow, and Talisar blue, and then a bit of that Citadel Ard coat for the middle for the gems, so they kind of got that shiny sheen. And then all they are at the moment is kind of, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the black backs, but it's pretty obvious if you've used a core or not at the moment. So we've got those little tokens as well, just to bling up the game a little bit more and start using the tokens. So I've got 2 sets of them. I've got all of the trophies, which is 12 trophies. But then we still need to do traps, and I still need to get my my Wraithbane spray before I can do that. But I'm going to be using this to help with Sulka, because moving on to the girl of the moment. So let's zoom in. Sulka is I'm thinking potentially doing red, Blood Angels red pure on the kimono. We're going to have to put this detail. Now, this detail is not on the miniature, of course. So people who have been doing this and posting on the Facebook and so forth and Discord have been doing their own versions of the decal. So these diamond shapes. That's going to be really tough using contrasts. So what I might end up doing, just to get an even coat, is use contrast red on on the whole kimono, and then go in with the Wraithbone and do the diamonds. Whether we get round to that, look at this. This is, just look at the detail of all the Oni heads, all the demon heads that are around a tail. It's almost like a, what do you call them? A Pandora. Is it Pandora? That really famous chain links. It's like Sulka's version of that. It goes on a tail. So cool. She's got a kind of gold bronze tail, a gold tail. That'll do. Maybe go with the orange on that one. The white masks, obviously, and I can also see a full picture up on the game box, so I've got that as reference as well. So I think we're looking pretty good to get started. So looking through her cards, I mean, this doesn't really help much. I mean, she looks like she's got silver. These things look quite silver. So these silver arm bangles, I guess you can call them. She's got the green hands. That's going to be Militarum Green. But I definitely think like the ribbons and stuff and this belt are pink rather than red. And here we got a really good shot of those kind of like totem things. So they're going to be different colours, ideally. You can also see them a little bit on the artwork on the box as well, which is really handy. Okay, so to be honest, with the artwork on the box as my main source of reference, now I was originally, if you look at that box, I was originally thinking Militarum Green for the inner part, and for the outer part, Warp Lightning Green. So I think I'm still going to go with that, which means I won't need to blend a new colour, but it's just that pink I need to blend. So that's why I've got this trap token, just so I can test what this pink looks like when I mix it up on here. But as with pretty much every single miniature I've painted so far, we start with Apothecary White. We got, and if you are watching, please do comment, please say hi. And then we can chat about mythic games, general gaming, painting, different things you're painting at the moment, and whatever it might be. So this was a Discord request for Sulka, I suppose you can say, but which was really bizarre because I was literally going to go with Sulka. She's one of my favourite characters to play in the actual game. She's one of my favourite characters in terms of the model. I love the Japanese kind of assassin style character that she is. So yeah, that was kind of was going to happen anyway. And we're just going around all the white parts. Again, remember this dries a lot whiter compared to what it looks like to start with, and pretty much all the contrast do. So it's quite important to note that. Just got all these masks hanging off. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. And obviously Darkest Dungeon has already funded and has been released on Kickstarter, which is cool. So well done, congratulations Mythic again for what will inevitably be another successful campaign for another fantastic game. It was definitely one I'm keeping an eye on, and it's maybe one that will force me or cause me to start playing the video game before it releases, which would be quite cool. It's a game I've always wanted to play, Darkest Dungeon on the PC, and you can normally get it through Steam for relatively cheap money. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Right, I think that's all the white. So we've gone in with the masks, obviously, and this kind of like medallion. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Whatever that might be. Awesome. So cool. Okay, then we'll move on to a different colour. So that was Apothecary White. And so we move on. I think we might do the red of the kimono next. No, let's do the snake part. The actual snake part. So Where is it? There it is. 2 colours we're going to be using. Militarum Green and Warp Lightning. Okay, I'm going to start with the Militarum first, for the underside. Now, this, just by looking at, because this is what I used on Corvash, and I really liked it. I thought it worked really well. So I think this is a good colour. Oops. It looks really dark here, but it honestly isn't. And again, it'll dry lighter. Now there's a bit of a gap here, but again, once you paint that, it's only because it's got the white primer, effectively, or Rathbone primer. That's why you can kind of see it. And I'm just going to make sure I haven't got too much paint on, and that will just lighten it up again. But I just feel that it's got, because it's the Militarum Green, it's got a bit of yellow tinge to it, which is exactly what this colour is, if you look at the reference art. I think that's also, yeah, it is. This is also green over here. Cool. So people will be really waiting to see the stretch goals being unlocked on Darkest Dungeon, because it's a Kickstarter exclusive, I think, again. Now inevitably it'll come to their eShop, because that seems to be what Mythic's doing now, which is really cool. So if you do miss out, there is a chance, but obviously they'll want to fund it as much as possible to unlock as many stretch goals as possible, especially if you're going for that expansion. But there are a fair number of things being released literally at the moment. So Ludus Magnus Games, which did Black Rose Wars, which I've talked about before. They're releasing whatever their next game is, which is another big game. But they're also, in that campaign, they've got another expansion for Black Rose Wars, which is very tempting. But I've got to get the other stuff first, because I only got the core set from Black Rose Wars. So like the stretch goals and the core box. I didn't get Inferno. I didn't get Hidden Thorns, which is really disappointing. I need to get hold of that. So you can play up to 5 or 6 players. Because again, as I mentioned before, it's a big hit in my gaming group. And sometimes we have 5 or 6 players. So I mean, the game will go on literally forever, but it'll be fun. So yeah, a lot, and then obviously Awaken Realms with their Kickstarter, not on Kickstarter, sorry, with their crowdfunding on GameFound. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So I'm just going all on the underside. It's looking nice. There's a lot of this underside shown just. Oops. Nice. That's good. Somehow get in there. Again, there's not ease of painting use necessarily with a lot of these miniatures. I mean, look at that. How am I going to paint that grass in there without getting it all over the place? And then especially the brown. I'm going to have to put my brush in. I'm not looking forward to that. Okay, cool. So that's the underside of the Sulka's snake-like tail. Which leads us to the top part of the tail. So away with Militarum Green and up with Warp Lightning Green. As always, guys, this will be available from Recorded So to watch at your own leisure. So if you're watching this later, have fun painting. Oh wow, this is going to be bright. Love it. The great thing about this game is it shouts up for very vibrant, bright colours, and that'll kind of match what I've painted so far, really, to be honest. And that's contrast paint's thing, if you ask me. It is that vibrancy. You can go dull colours, definitely. There's plenty of browns, plenty of greys to give you that kind of colour, and you can dumb down the vividness, the brightness of colours by using the medium, apparently. Again, I've not worked with the medium for this. I will do once I get my hands on some, because I'm really interested to see how that all works as well. But just going in with this, and of course, this is contrast. This is contrast paint heaven. When you've got this much texture and this much detail, this is where it works the best by a long shot. So fur works really well with it, and hopefully you'll see that as we go through. Now, I am aware this will be the same colour as the grass, but that's part of Snake's camouflage, right? To be the same colour as the thing that they're going through, to sneak around, which is what Sulka's talking about. So, I think it's very thematic to be the same colour as the grass. That makes sense to me. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Now hopefully the camera's alright and it stays in focus and in view. I've kept messing around with the camera to try and get the best possible view that makes it so I can paint nice and easily as well. So it's great to see some people playing with their kids on with Super Fantasy Brawl. I think it literally does have that very easy entry point. Yeah, it's hard to master, of course it is, but if you just want to have some fun playing with some, especially if you paint the miniatures, if you're painting the miniatures, which, to be honest, if you're Mythic Games backer, give it a go. Give it a go. With all of their their games and the miniatures that they produce, you want to give it a go and not have a sea of grey in your games. Any quality of painted miniatures is better than grey, in my opinion. Right, we are now. Oh, look, that's going to be beautiful. Yeah, really pleased with that choice of colours. Just make sure I got that down on there. Oh, hang on. Mistake. So we just got a bit overzealous with the old green there, so just trying to okay, can we save that? It's a bit down there. That's beautiful. Yep. Yep, I'm well chuffed with that. Oh no, I missed the underside over there. That's okay, I'll wait until it dries. Then we'll go over that. Okay, so that was the snake part done. That was Warped Lightning Green. The one I've been using the grass on all the bases for. Okay, so should we go with that kimono? I think that's going to be next. So I want to use Blood Angels Red, a nice bright red. You can start to see as I'm starting to do more and more miniatures, I'm starting to reuse the paints. So you can give an idea of some of the more common paints that we tend to use for contrast paints. Red being one of them. This Blood Angels Red is a fantastic colour. Anyway, forget that. It's got a bit of dried contrast stuck on it as well. Okay, nice and bright. What we want, especially against the white. That's gonna that's what this is about. What's the trim? It's kind of like it's not metallic. It's not metallic this time. I don't have to do Leadbelcher all the way around, but I do have to be careful not getting this on. So actually, I think I'm going to switch to a smaller brush because I do not want to have to repaint all the trim. So let's go to our 000. Kind of think of it as your surgical paintbrush. I mean, I know this is a massive miniature anyway. That's like a belt thing. We can go back to the bigger brush when we get around the back. Okay. I say that, but then you got that massive banner in the way. Hey, Board Game Dungeon, how you doing? You painting at the moment? What is this back piece like? So there's been a bit of chat on Discord. I need to go back out through it on the Painting Techniques channel about varnishes, I think, or it might have been on the SFB channel. I don't know. So I need to go back over that. But I want to get a spray varnish. I'm definitely thinking varnish now. After your suggestion, Board Game Dungeon, I think it's kind of a win-win situation, right? So you can still kind of go back over it, but it's going to protect models. And they're going to be handled a fair amount. So I'm definitely thinking of investing in a varnish spray. I do have a matte varnish kind of bottle, just using liquid, and I've used that on my metal miniatures and some of the plastic ones, to be fair. And it works quite well. I'm painting SFB statues. Nice! Weathered stone technique. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would recommend just varnishing them. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Especially with the idea that I could potentially go back over them if needs be. I still couldn't find that weathered stone tutorial. I found the chat and I found the comment, but there was no attachment or no link. Not attachment. There was no link. So it'd be cool to see your statues and a little bit of how you got the effect to work. So as I said, I've got another set of statues, which I've not decided completely yet how to paint. Whoops. I'm yet to see a brilliant marble effect statue on the social media. I've seen some really good paintings. I'll be on Instagram. Okay, cool. Is it the same name? Yeah, I don't use Instagram. Perhaps I should start using Instagram, considering I've been painting miniatures. That would kind of make sense, right? As I say, pretty new to all this videoing and all that stuff. So it's yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Oh, we've kind of gone over that bit. That'll have to be touched up. She's got black hair, right? Yeah. So, again, not too fussed about that. Just make sure I've got enough red paint in. She's looking colourful. I'll just carry on with this paintbrush. I was going to use the bigger paintbrush, but this will suffice. Board Game Dungeon. Cool. Thanks, Board Game Dungeon. I will check that out. Oof. This is a bind. This is basically just a massive obstruction to get to the bits you need to paint. Oh dear. Put it down the back and then maybe... no idea. I'll do it around the back and then trying to paint that as well is going to be an issue. It's okay. Managed to get in there right. Ooh. This is proving to be a bit of a challenge. And then we need this red. That red. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm going to forfeit to just be able to touch up all of this banner before I paint it brown. That's fine. I don't mind. So I don't think I asked. Oh, well, perhaps there's a comment on this video. Can you send me the link? Oh yeah, I did put the Discord link. It's Mythic Games Discord link, and I put it on one of the first live streams when you asked before, when I told you that I would do it. It was on there, but I will definitely put it on the description of this video as well. Unless anyone else is perhaps listening to this, can ping a link in the chat. That'd be super helpful. But yeah, you must get on. It'd be great to see your stuff in there as well. Those scales look amazing. Yeah. I mean, it's perfect, right? It's perfect for contrast paint. One Coat Wonder. Fur's really good as well. Anything with fur. So Dugran's coat's going to be awesome using contrasts. So Do you paint with contrasts or just traditional paints? Okay, that's the red kimono. Damn, I think there's a bit missing there. Whoops. Never mind. Nice vibrant red against the green. Look at that. That's a clash and a half. I'll do the decal later. That'll be the kind of last thing. I'm actually going to do the... while I've got the red out and my small brush, I'm actually going to do the face decal now. Just make sure I get this brush completely clean before I do that. I paint with both, but I am sold on contrast the more I use it. The contrast paints, yeah, no, I'm exactly the same. I've always been a traditional painter all the time. And then basically it was my birthday and my mates, my board game group mates, they bought me about 8 contrast paints. And I started using them. I started using them on Joan of Arc and Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I was like, my word, these things are so good. But I do normally, before SFB, I was using kind of them, and then I was layering on top of them. So this gave me a really nice, vibrant kind of base with a good wash, is the best way to call it, and then I would layer over the top of them to highlight. So it would certainly take a lot longer, but what am I doing? Oh yeah, but really, really like the effect. So we're gonna now do the. Are those tiers going to be red or pink? No, they're going to be pink. So let's stop there. Did you add all the contrast paints you use in the descriptions? Yes, I did. Well, I certainly did. I tried. I put them on in the description when I edited them. I think it's because I've been uploading about 2 videos, well, at least 1 video on average every day. So it's all been processing, and it's been taking a bit of time to update. So if you don't see the descriptions of the paints straight away, it's after I've done the live stream, it's after I've done the video that I put it in the description itself. But yeah, they're all there. Cool. Okay, so that's her red kimono done. I think we just tackle it now. Oh, that's cool. The scales on her chest and what I thought were arm kind of guards, I think are based along this underbelly of the snake, but it's a lot lighter. So perhaps they're not silver. It's really hard to tell. I don't think they are silver. I think they're kind of like a white green. So I might have to get some Apothecary White. Let's do that now. So a bit of Apothecary White on the forearms next. So back to my 0. Oh, wow. What's going on there? Ah, okay, cool. And then let's go in here. And here. Awesome. So what's your board game danger, just out of interest, what's your favourite miniature you've ever painted? Just out of interest. Is it a Games Workshop miniature? Is it a custom? What's your favourite miniature? And by the way, all I'm doing now is just touching up where all that red went on this thing here. So when I do brown, it won't look too bad. Good. I'm also going to just put a little bit, almost like a highlight that. Perfect. Okay. So these need to be red, but I'll do them at the end. So I think we might try and tackle the pink next. So that's what we got this for, to do a little trial. And no, I haven't got a palette still, so it is going to be on my amazing palette, which is my piece of wood that I use for everything. So let's chuck a bit of red on there. Apothecary White. And let's see what we get. That's looking pink. Okay. It needs to be a bit redder than that, I think. It's nearly the same as the red itself, isn't it? Slightly off. Yeah, nice. What's that should be? No idea. So concentration as I try and not absolutely ruin everything I've done so far. Coming out. That's looking good. Is that one going down as well? Yes, it is. Also, what the medium will help with is as the paint's starting to dry, you can chuck in some medium and get it back into full fluidity again. I've just painted. I should have just done that afterwards. And we got one going around the waist. Yep. I'm not even going to attempt to fill that bit in. Okay, let's do this one. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mind. Yeah, that was silly. Rather than doing that, just touch up with Rathbone paint. It's going to be easier than trying to take it. Oh, well, there's a bit there. If I can. Okay. Nice. Okay, what else do we need to do pink while we're here? There's some strapping. Oh man, there's some strapping on the actual thing itself. So this, for example, is pink. Terrible. Is that right? Have we run out of... No. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, there's loads of it. Right. I realised I just didn't use that. I just went straight in. Need more Apothecary White. Whoa, hang on, lots and lots of... Can you tell me the digital label? Skills look amazing. Warcry miniatures. Ooh. Oh, Warcry. Yeah, I've heard of that before. Some people have used them a fair amount. Details amazing, are they? All my board games I've done: Santorini Scythe, Warcry, Seven Continent, Gloomhaven, Manchester Madness, Mex vs Minu. Wow, yeah. That's the danger, right? Where as you start to get into this hobby, you just collect more and more miniatures games, which just means your paint list just gets ever increasing. And no matter how much you paint, you don't get through them. So I'm very similar. And it's because these miniatures, I absolutely love these miniatures. I mean, the only Games Workshop miniatures I've done are Lord of the Rings, which are cool. I really did like the Rohan stuff in that. But I would say these are, for me, the best miniatures I've ever painted. They're my favourite. The detail's great for what they are. I know they're big, so it's easy to do that. In terms of an accomplishment, in terms of miniatures, I think Joan of Arc was one of my... It's outstanding in terms of the quality and the detail they've got at 16mm. It's crazy good. But yeah, there's lots out there that are just amazing miniatures. I'll have a look at Warcry. And there's Shattered Skull Studios. He's a professional painter, and he's done some commission work, and some of the miniatures that he's been painting, oh my lord, they're amazing. But I think they're a bit more custom than mainstream. Guess coming on. More Apothecary White. I say whether the SB minis are unique. They look wonderful and so different from what I've... I think that you've hit the nail on the head there. I think it is because it's so unique, and the scope that they've basically got, because they can go back in time, these mages, and basically just choose anything they want. So in all different universes, all different settings and everything. So literally the options are limitless. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do in terms of new characters and what they bring out. Sorry, and I realise that I've not included my Marvel Crisis Protocol in. I love the miniatures in Marvel Crisis Protocol. Being a Marvel fan, they are brilliant. Pain in the ass to put together, but really nice quality. The quality of Mythic Games' miniatures are about the same standard. I mean, Joan of Arc was pretty special. You definitely need to check that out. It came at 16mm, but they've got dragons to scale. So the dragon is... it's a shame I didn't have this channel when I was doing my Joan of Arc miniatures, because this dragon is 50 centimeters wingspan. It is an absolute beautiful sculpt, and so are a lot of the so much of the Joan of Arc miniatures. Reich Busters, again, brilliant detail in the miniatures, custom bases and stuff like that, which was really nice. And then Solomon Kane, my word. Yeah. So in terms of miniatures, yeah, Mythic knows what they're doing. If you consider their board game miniatures, not wargaming miniatures like Games Workshop and other ones. I don't know if Warcry is a tabletop wargaming miniatures game, because these are board game miniatures and you don't have to assemble them. They're pretty impressive. I'm interested in Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, definitely. But I've not played the video game. It's something that's been on the top of my list for years. It sounds like a kind of game I'd be into. Roguelike, dark, fantasy, going in dungeons. It sounds right on my street. So I'm sure the game will be just the same. So yeah, definitely something I'm interested in. But it'd be definitely something to look out as they start to bring out content showcasing the gameplay and everything. And the miniatures are cool. They've again stuck true to the IP and the original video game, so it's cool that they've done that. I didn't go. I've not. No, I mean I've seen a lot of Sarastros, but yeah, I bet it's insane. Because not only are his videos really good and you get lots of ideas from them, but he's improved as he's gone along as well. So suddenly the miniatures that he's producing, they are crazy. Thanos is pretty awesome as a character. It's just, it costs like 50 quid. So you're suddenly spending a board game's worth of money on one miniature. I know it comes with loads of modes and stuff like that. So it comes up with the ultimate mode, encounter mode and things like that. But still, yeah, MCP is not cheap. It's a great game as well. It's a fantastic game. I played the online league, season 3 just gone. Really, they've made a tabletop simulator mod, so you can play it online, and it's brilliant. It's not just insane; it's absolutely mental. Yeah. I almost stay away from Sarastro now because it's you just look at your miniature and go, yeah. But to be honest, he gives some fantastic techniques and fantastic tips. So yeah, okay, you might not paint it exactly the same, but you might pick. I certainly have picked up a load of tips as I was painting traditionally, just from him. So yeah, a great one to watch. Right, okay. That's the pink done. I'm loving her vibrancy. I'm loving her vibrancy. Oh, what, like a demo game at Essen? It is a hell of a lot of fun, and it's so simple. I've played with 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds playing that game, and they've picked it up, managed to play it fine. It's a really nice intro into kind of miniatures wargaming because it's a skirmish game. It's a true skirmish game, and they've got the theme of superheroes just bang on. So as you start to get pounded, you start to build up power, which means that you can use more of your superpowers, which makes you even better. But you're on that brink of getting dazed or knocked out. It comes every time I play that. I get these thematic experiences and these thematic stories that you can think and remember and talk about from ages and ages ago. I think that's just a mark of an absolute fantastic game. It's just the price point is the only negative thing, because you kind of want it all, but you certainly can't afford it all. Okay, I'm going to go in with a red because I've noticed that we need to do a few bits of red. A few bits of red. I also need to do some more pink as well. So first of all, it's the red bits of these. They're kind of like stalks in her hair. I don't know what you call them. Pins? Stalks of the pins in her hair. What else have I painted there? I mean, I like Simon games. I mean, you got to remember that Simon was kind of like a monolith with Mythic, of course, for Battle Pantheon. A lot of those are quite cool. If you like that, you would like War. Oh, don't get me into something else. Don't get me into something else. I really haven't got the wallet for it. But you're going to tell me now that Warcry, you can get a starter set for like 70, 80 quid. And that's got everything you need to play. It's part. Oh, it's part of the Warhammers. Oh, okay. What, fantasy or space? And if it's Games Workshop, then I guess you won't be getting a starter set for 60, 70 quid. Okay. I think that's all the red. Let me just look. Red. Yeah. Okay, that's better. I do have to do some pink. We need to do the ribbons. And then the decals on the face. The emblem. I'm tempted. You know what? I'm quite tempted. If we look at the card art in particular, it looks like this is more orange than pink. So I think I might do these as orange rather than pink. Just show a slight difference. And also I can just use the orange and then it's nice and easy. Rather than keep blending this pink up. Which is obviously absorbed into the wood and just gone. Which is just going to happen every time. Okay, I think we'll go on to next. Is it a gold trim? No, I'm going to say that's not a gold trim. So we're going to do this in a kind of, I think I'll go with, yeah, Skeleton Horde for that. Yeah, I'm just looking around. Right, let's go for Snakebite Leather. And let's do her banner on her back. Or Dreamcatcher, what it looks like. So Snakebite Leather. The most annoying lid ever. No, that's okay. What are they going to be done on? Oh, they're all pink as well. Okay, so all the kind of ribbons and the kind of ties and everything need to be pink. I love this brown. It's just it works for so many things. It's a real must-have. Right, now we've got to be careful. Oh, he goes. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, starter kit is only £79.40. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, building miniatures, I don't mind as well. I don't mind that at all. Is it a skirmish game? Are you talking about just a few models? That's very good for a Games Workshop game. And is that everything you need to play the game? So how often do you get a starter set, which basically just gives you enough to do one scenario, and you can't actually play the game? It includes terrain. Oh my word. Surely not plastic terrain. Wow, that's a turn in the books for Games Workshop, no? I mean, I bought Pelennor Fields for Lord of the Rings. That was 90 quid. And to be fair, that came with a fair amount, but only don't need to buy anything else. And it's plastic terrain. Wow, that's impressive. Sorry, did you say it was fantasy or is it space? Warcry sounds fantasy, so that's better. Look how beautiful that brown's coming out. Love it. Hey, Kevin. You doing some painting as well? I am actually addicted to painting these miniatures, by the way. I'm very lucky. As I mentioned before, I'm on half term, so I'm not working. But obviously, I've got the family and the kids that we're spending a lot of the time doing stuff. But I just get the odd hour free, and then it's like straight for the paint pot, chuck on the recording. Let's do a bit. Now, obviously, in the evenings, that's when I've got my own time, which is when I can do all the live streams, which is really, really handy. And it is down to a very forgiving wife. But in a dilapidated future. It's based on an Age of Sigmar. Yeah, finishing up some work here in the States. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, of course. Straight back home, straight on the paint pot. Oh, this is the bit I've got to be careful of. Oh no. Already got it on a sleeve. Oh, this is horrible. No, I'm not going to attempt that yet. I'm going to get the small brush and do that part. In hindsight, what might actually be better is if you do the outer bits first. No, I don't know actually, because I saw how much of the of this bit I went over when I was trying to do the red. I was going to say, and then you can just touch up. I don't know. It's hard to reach areas enough. Right, let's go smaller brush. Oh, in a dilapidated future. Fair enough. So that mean like there's a lot of chaos and undead or something? And you haven't got the kind of the Empire and the Imperials so much. Everything's in chaos. Sounds quite cool. Right, let's attempt to get in behind her now. Oof, I'm not looking forward to this. This is where it all goes wrong. Whoop. Oh, no, this is not going to go well, is it? Oh, how do you even get... That bit's alright. Do you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'm not even going to attempt it, because it will just ruin the paint job. I can do these bits, fine. But I can't get right up in there. That's not going to, just not going to happen. I perhaps should have done that first. That would have made a bit more sense. Again, am I really going to be able to... It's not too bad, actually. Yeah, you're not going to see that. Unless you scrutinise this miniature so badly that that's not what I'm painting them for. Okay, how good is that brown? I just love that brown. And you can see behind her I've missed a bit of that pink, quite a fair chunk of it actually. So I'm going to have to go in there with pink as well. But yeah, just coming nice and colourful. I do love that about contrast. You literally get an immediate effect. Like you said about the scales. I mean, one coat. Wow, this looks so cool. Okay, right. I think now's the time to go back to pink. Also, Board Game Dungeon, it's not so much the money, it's also the space, where to put anything. Just getting all these Mythic Games boxes, as well as everything else, these Kickstarters, you just end up filling up your house, which is not ideal. Okay, so let's go in, let's get another pink going, and let's try and finish those bits. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that a white bit on her sleeve? Yes, it is. Same from... I bet if you honestly asked most people on the Discord channel, they'll all say the same thing. I mean, I haven't got many board games compared to many people. The ones I do have are very big, admittedly. So I wouldn't call them fillers. But still, yeah. I think if we're all being honest with ourselves, we're all a bit of hoarders, aren't we? We all like a board game collection. Okay, so let's do the pink here first. And brown's not completely dry, but never mind. Oops. If you do make a little mistake like that, just literally use your finger, pull off the paint, just be quick while it's wet. Should be fine. I like to do the odd hum while I'm painting. You may have noticed on my videos. Very quietly. That's got a bit. That pink's not so bad. Pretty happy with that. Right, where's that pink? There it is. Right. So small. Literally, let's try and get that bit there now. Come on. So I got it? I think so, yeah. Oh, that pink's actually looking really nice. I'm well chuffed with that. It's really giving good contrast against the brown. Okay, right, should we do this decal then? Need a bit more Apothecary White. I really should have a plastic palette. Right, ribbons. Let's do the ribbons first. I've gone over but that's going Leadbelcher straight away anyway. Whoops. Okay, we got some more ribbons coming down the hand. Alright, cool. Yeah. See you later, Board Game Dungeon. Thanks for turning up and having a chat. Great as always. And I'm probably looking into Warcry after this. Love the bases you have done. Been following suit. Besides the grass has been... Oh, yeah, sure. Did, however, mess up my Aggaros dunes on one of my minis last night. Went too hard. And it... Yeah. Use some liquid primer to correct my careless mistake. Ooh, interesting. Awesome. Is liquid primer, is that the same as the medium? I don't actually know what liquid primer is. Or do you mean like a pot of primer? Like the, the Rathbone pot of paint? You probably mean that, don't you? No, just answer my own question. It's a fun project to have. Keep busy for a long time. Yeah. I've run out of, I think. Yep. That's gone again. Yeah, this is turning out to be a nightmare. Okay. Surface primer. Okay, cool. Yeah. When you get the plastic tokens done, it looks so good. What am I doing? I need the Apothecary. So there are some great Warcry tutorials with contrast. Stop it, Board Game Dungeon! I can't afford it. At least more white, doesn't it? Doesn't look hardly any different to the red. Let's get some more white. Core tokens look very nice after getting Leadbelcher and Null Nile Watch. Yeah, that's the classic, right? Leadbelcher and Null Nile. What else am I doing? What else is pink? What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know how I'm gonna get the black to her hair without going over everything, by the way. I guess we'll deal with that when we get there. Okay. Don't actually need a big paintbrush, so let's go to small and let's do those eye details. Pretty easy to go from this. Oops. Let's get a bit of red into there. It's going to go down. Yeah, okay. Oops. Let's actually go into the eye socket themselves. It's better. Okay. I'm going to go with orange for the other... Oh, should I? Now I've got the pink out. Let's just carry on with the pink. Oh, wow. Not sure how we'll go about the trap tokens. Want to make sure they're... Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people been talking about that and how to keep it fair and consistent. I don't know. I mean, you use the cardboard tokens if you're doing anything competitive, I guess, but it still don't stop you from knowing, inevitably, if you play it a lot, knowing which tokens are what. Right, let's. Oh my god, let's do some freehand. That's a bit of a scarier prospect now, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh my word, this is not going brilliantly. Oh man, I've gone well out there. See if I can rectify that. So I need to just look up. Man, this is... Okay, there's the first one done. Looks like a mess. So we can go with the white. We can go with the white and try and fix any issues. Oh my word, this is I can't get a good handle. a bit better. And there's one hidden behind. I'll actually do for that one. Oh, right, and that one. Oh, nice! They've masked the detail of that one, so I don't even have to worry about that one. Yeah, yeah. You're kind of right. Layer paint might have been a better option. I don't know. I do still like using contrast paints to do detail. I just did that pretty awfully. Let's try and do this swirly whirly pattern on here. So let's start from absolutely no reference at all. Oh, what are you doing? It's going so well. I decided to. I don't know what I'm doing there. Again, I'll just use the white. It's not a big problem. But if I can try and. There you go. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. We just need to go around the outer edge here. There we go. To fit in that bit that I kind of went over to start with. Oh, there's a face down there as well. This one's slightly different. It's got actually, this has got the detail on it, which really does help. Anything else pink? What I've got, actually, their inside ears are slightly pink. So what I'll do is just get some Apothecary White. Plonk. Let me. Put that pink tinge in the ears. Oops. Can't we get in there? How are we looking? I do need to smarten up that one quite considerably, but that can be in the smart phase when I'm doing this kimono and everything else. Right, what time are we on, by the way? Oof. So is that an hour and 20 minutes paint time so far? The usual couple of minutes yapping at the start. It does take a while to paint, doesn't it? I thought this was going to be real quick. Little did I know. Right, Militarum Green, where are you? Let's get our hands done next. Snake-like hands. If nothing else, though, this game is getting a lot, which is so good, a lot of praise. And rightly so. I mean, it's such a fantastic game. And the fact that people are liking it so much means that it really is a positive thing that this game has got the ability to really go on from strength to strength. Have that great competitive scene. Be supported throughout. And I think a lot of people will be buying it at retail as well, especially with the value that it's at. Start playing at like 30 quid. Is this like... Hands done. Black would be nice and easy to do. I've got the metallics. I think I might go and do the touch up with the white next, just to get this kimono outer bits. Excuse me. Outer bits done. Metal. I think I'm just going to go with Basilicanum Grey. With that, I think it's more stone than looking at the art. It's more stone than metal. This. So I might just cop out slightly. That middle one, I might do a couple of them in that kind of... Not sure. Perhaps it's not metal. Perhaps it is metal. You know what? I think it is metal. So I'm gonna stick all of this with Leadbelcher. Of course, the little spherical bits. Leadbelcher. So yeah, let's do a bit of touch up. So getting the rathbone. Try into my bigger brush. And the first bit I'm going to do is here. I might do the hair first, and then if I have to touch up anything, I can just go straight in with just get the black hair out of the way. Yep, let's do that. Right, Black Templar coming up. This will really make the model, because of the contrast to the white. This is what it's been missing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what the model needed. now, like, oh, that makes such a difference. Sorry if my head's in the way. Just really trying to look where this hair is meeting the cloak, the kimono. Yep, that's fine. Yep. It's gonna happen, wasn't it? Right, so let's try and use the brush to go. It's so hard to do. We'll use the small brush to go down that side. I'm happy with that. Try and get these bits. Awesome, mate. That looks so good when you got the black outlining the white. Right, all those bits. Right, let's do it. That banner on her back has been the bane of this paint job. Wasn't too bad, actually. That was a bit there as well. And there is a bit over there. I'm not even going to bother. Happy leaving that one. Leave a tiny bit there. Okay. Cool. The black done. Oh, actually, black. Dark, soulless eyes. And also those of the masks. Is it all the same? Yeah. These are moulded in, which really does help. Oh god, the mouth is just two tiny dots. Oof. Ah. What have we got here? We've got... Oops. Oh, man, oh, hang on. Don't touch the hair that I've just painted. Oh, man, I've got to try and get... I'll do... I'll do... the other one I don't need to worry about. That's helped the eyes a little bit. The masks look a little bit better. She's starting to come along now. Do we have anything else to do other than the metal? Oh yeah, of course, a kimono. Let's go around the edging of the kimono next. I think I'm going to use Snakebite. No, not. Skeleton Horde. Use Skeleton Horde for this. So back to size 0. What are we on? 1 minute 33. Can we get it done in 2 hours? Yep, happy with that. I think that's different. Yeah, that's like a dark Cygor brown will work for. Now I need to get this one up and around, so small brush. Awesome. And then just the sleeves, I might as well carry on with a small brush. What am I going to... Do I go Black Templar for the inner sleeves? That's the question. I don't know. Let's get back to the big brush. So just do a bit of pooling on those insides. That it should decent look. I think that works. Okay, it's a bit better. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty much the same. Now, obviously, I need to do all the diamond intricacies on the kimono itself. but she's coming along nicely. Metalwork's next. What time are we on? 1:36. Come on. Oh, 15 minutes. I'm probably going to go for another 15 minutes on this live stream. So I'm aware that these live streams don't always finish the miniature. But it will just be the detail work. Whatever I'm missing, it will just be the detail work, to be honest. I think I should be able to get all the metal work done before that happens. Could have gone in with my really big brush on this, by the way, to be honest. But let's just carry on. Of course, do not want to go over those scales. That would be pretty much disastrous. And if you see my other videos using this technique of Leadbelcher and then contrast paints over the top, that's what I'm doing with all the SFB miniatures for any metallic work. And I personally just love the effect it gives. Is that, yeah. Tail done. Right. Those little balls. So smaller brush again. You know what? It's too small. That's really good for really fine detail, but not for what I'm trying to do here. Well, 140. Come on, Tom. Okay, that's the head one's done. Now the kind of wand or pin, hairpin, and it's the classic hairpin stabby. I think that's all the metal. So she's definitely getting there. She's definitely getting there. We're not far now, which is cool. Right, should tackle the kimono while we're waiting. I think that's the... sounds... Oh, we need to go in... Hang on. Just realised one thing. Skeleton Horde. There's a bit I've missed. If you look in the inside of here, that needed to be Skeleton Horde. Oh. Okay, Sulka is definitely coming along. I mean, it's going to look so much better once the actual silver's work's been properly done. She's got black. Yeah, she's got black fingernails. Okay, we can do that afterwards. Oh, hang on. Let's get the Cygor brown out because we've got a belt to do. We'll go with our small brush here because we don't want to wreck the pink that we've painted above and below it. So we've already got some black on it, unfortunately, it seems. That's my stomach. Yeah, this is... I thought I was doing the wrong thing then. Okay, and then at the bottom as well. Yeah, there's a little bit on the pink. Must have been from the hair. Must have just... There's no reason why a black should be there, to be honest. So I must have just caught it by accident. There we go. It's just a tiny bit of white there. There we go. Okay, that's the belt done. So it is literally the diamonds on the kimono and then the metalwork, which is left, and the base, of course, which will just be the same as I've done every base. Let's keep them all uniform. What we got on this base? We've got a few little stones coming out. Well, this is a bit different. I guess it's like a swamp, right? Oh. Okay. Not sure about the base yet. I'll figure out. I think these little stones will be done in Basilicanum Grey. So will this. No, this won't be. Then everything else is just going to be Aggaros dunes. Warp lightning for the grass tufts as usual. So let's start doing the metalwork. So these kind of like... They're gold. So we've got gold. Let's do the gold first. So in with the Iyanden yellow. Oops. And this is going to be for the bull, fair amount of the metal actually, apart from the faces. So let's start by doing the tail. I was really pleased with Goldar's gold. Yeah, just to that point there. Awesome. Let's go and do... Okay, that's a bit too much pulling. That's the gold done. I must have touched that. That's gone. Right, these faces. So most of it, looking at the art, vast majority of it is grey. But what looks like happens with effigy, if you have a little look at this card, is when they line up, they kind of it basically harnesses her magical abilities. Now the good news is none of them are lined up. Well, meh. I don't know. I might make a couple using orange. I'll do a couple of faces orange, and the rest will be Basilicanum Grey. So let's go the orange first. So that's Iyanden yellow finished. Is this? I hope the live stream's still going. Yeah, excellent connection. Everything looks fine. Okay, let's do this. So he is shouting out to be a nice kind of like bronzy, not too much paint. So this is like copper, isn't it? Orange, I guess. Which is quite cool. And then we'll do that face. I mean, I'm sure people have done this with glowing eyes and the energy starting to work with these things, but I'm going to paint it as if she's not harnessed the power of her strange masks, her totem. She's such a cool character, by the way. She's got one of my favourite... well, she got a really good reaction card, which is really strong. That'll do. And then she's got a card which is it is random, but you force. I'll bring it up. I've got the cards here. Let's just have a look at Sulka right now. So first of all, she's 0 defense, 7 health. So one more than the squishiest of those, the Wraths and the Gwains of the world. She does level up to 8 when she's leveled up. So effigy, important note to make: this is a skill. You can't react against this. Move 2, first of all, target 2, force 1. So you're forcing your enemy away from objectives, onto traps, and stun. They can't do anything about that. Spirit Sliver is good against those kind of Loreleis and Dugrans if you're trying to get through them and give them the rest of the turn. But it's a 3 movement, so the yellow card's quite good for that. Range 3, attack 2 with double, just a real standard attack. Look at this for a horrible reaction card against the opponents. +2 defense. That is always a really strong card. But then, this attacker suffers root. You stop them in their tracks. They can't move at all that rest of that turn. That could be massive. Lifesteal. So a 2 damage, quite standard. She's not super powerful. Range 3 is good with a 2. Lifesteal. And you can actually spend it. Heal from assigned to one of her Sulka's allies instead of her. It doesn't say adjacent. That could be anywhere on the board. That's mental. Okay, it's only 2. It's only 2 damage, and you're probably going to heal 2. Here's Mind Control. I love this card. It is a bit random, but you get to move 2. And if you notice with all of her cards, apart from Dying Strikes, they've all got a good movement with them. So she's a pretty decent mover, slithering around. Discard the top card of an opponent's deck. The matching enemy suffers force 2. I get to choose where they move. You can move them out of objectives towards your kind of your Kilgore, waiting to just chomp them. Corvash, ready to chop them. This can be mental. Now it is random, so you're going to get a 1 in 3 chance of getting the character you want. But pretty much all the time, you've always got abilities to move someone. Right, let's get in there with the Basilicanum Grey. Have we had that out yet? Doesn't look like we have. Basilicanum Grey, where are you? There you are. And this is for the rest of the faces on the tail. And then I'm going to stop the live stream. And then I'm going to have to do the detail another time. Because I do need to go to bed. Okay, so just putting on the Basilican. And obviously what the whole point of this is to dial down the plasticky, what I call the plasticky silver look of Leadbelcher. Yeah, so if you want a support character, Sulka's a great choice. Of course, your opponents will probably know that as well, so they're banned. If you do a competitive draft, they're probably going to ban her. Because she's quite an annoying one to go against. Depends who else is there, right? If you're taking Corvash, Shuzhou, and Sulka, Lorelei, that's a nice good team there. Just anyone else. Arquette, I quite like Arquette. Then your opponent's probably going to ban Corvash or Shuzhou, because they're the obvious choices. But that's not easy to get to, is it? Just a tiny bit there. But yeah, Sulka's very strong. Okay. And with that, let's just put that up there. With that, we are done apart from the detailing. 1 hour, 55 minutes streaming. Sulka is pretty much done. You know what? Before I go, I just need to do a little bit of touch-up work. There's a little bit I'm not happy with. So I just did that, and that's this bit here. So I'm just going to smarten up around the edges of that. It's better. Right, now I'm a bit more happy. Anything else? There was something over here, isn't there? Maybe just a bit like that. Overkill. Other than that, I am pretty happy. Yeah, cool. Okay. So look, that is the star. Look at those scales. I'm sorry, that is so cool. That's so cool. I love that. There she is, and there's the copper, one of the copper faces, and there's the other one. Awesome. Okay, so again, thanks for watching. Hang on, is that my 5th? I think it's my 5th. My 5th or 6th Super Fancy Brawl character. I much prefer to do these live streams. It's great to have a little chat with anyone who's on. I do like that. It gives me to just natter away and find out what other people are doing and interested in. Excuse me. So I've got to do the Kimono diamonds. So they need to be done. And then the base. And then she will be done. And she can join the others for Super Fancy Brawl. So, join me next time. Please do comment, even on the live stream. So if you comment on the live stream after it's recorded, I will check those out. And I try and respond to everybody's comments. Because I think, the reason why I'm doing this is for the community. And to just keep that community going. And just feed in a little bit to myself. So yeah, please do comment. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to see some more painting, I'm going to be basically live streaming or recording every single miniature on the Super Fancy Ball range. So yeah, please do tune in for those. And yeah, enjoy your SFB. Until next time.